absolutely stupid. Who would
So-
broadcast for 8 hours? Oh, crap. We're online.
We're live. It's true.
But you
We
would
are
have
live.
to find 8 hours in your day, Sean.
We are live.
I'm sure I could find them. I'm just not sure I could use them.
So,
Find 8 hours under my couch cushions.
Sean, since I'm now the Duke,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the upside of that is I'm hoping there's a resources boost there.
Oh, is there a resources boost?
For positions.
If he has to take care of the estate, he should get the estate's money.
It would only
I think that that's actually reasonable.
Give yourself +1 resources, my brother.
One or
Yes.
two, because the Boyer family's pretty huge.
It is pretty huge, but a lot of it is built based on your credit and possessions and whatnot. So and also, how about this? I will give you a 1D boost, bump up your resources by 1D, and take a 2-die fund to represent the liquid assets
So that's 2-die cash.
that you can.
2-die like inheritance, basically.
It's a fund. Funds are a little bit different than cash. Cash always goes away when you use it, regardless of whether the test was successful or not, because you spend the cash. Funds are funds only go away if you fail. They're taxed first.
Okay. They're
If you
taxed
use
first,
them,
and
they're taxed first.
they never regenerate.
Right. But as long as you As long as you-
I mean, come on.
right,
what's-
then they stick around. Right.
I assume I would lose my challenging test I had at a bounty.
Yes. Wipe your slate clean.
I'm now with that. I'm wondering if I want to change my second belief, at least part of it.
Go ahead if you need to. I am being called by tiny voices.
By tiny voices.
Tiny voices.
Alright, I'm gonna run this shindig. Okay, guys. We're all at the Boyer Estates, and a ghost train comes through.
Is its name Blaine? Because I've seen how this story ends.
No, it's not Blade. It's a ghost train of my own invention. I totally am original and creative. I made this up on my own.
Matt, Blaine's a pain.
Yeah, he is.
I really need to finish that.
So we need to entertain the YouTube masses, I guess, while we're waiting for Sean. So
Yeah, I'm drinking Bell's the Current.
Haley, we're going to start with you. Welcome to Action Castle. You are in a small cottage. There is a fishing pole here. Exits are out.
take fishing pole.
You have a fishing pole.
Are we playing Action Castle already?
Game off because you're back, GM. All right.
Did you waste a save? Sorry.
Saving game. Please wait. All right.
All right.
Oh, what will I do?
So,
Well, he's thinking about that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Sean.
sorry. It's been a couple of weeks, and my brain has been elsewhere, so I have not put nearly as much thought into this game as it deserves. I know that you guys had found your father. You put Nicodemus in charge due to his incapacitation. What had you guys
I have
done
great faith in my brother.
after that? Because I know Vitaly was
I think we didn't quite get to Vitaly. I think we had to kind of end it there.
well, I remember he had been hanging out at the Beaver House.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
He got a job. He basically was going to work for his father hauling crates because that's all he was good for in his family's eyes.
I thought he came to the estate.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I was
right.
there when all that was going down.
Okay. So you guys have all sort of congregated at the estate then.
Yeah.
Yep. Because remember, I lost the argument and I ran away.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you ran away, and Vitaly had been given a key to the to like the specimen cages.
That's right. That's
down in
right.
the
His
basement.
master came and said, "Hey, check this out."
Check this out. I'm gonna go run and hide for a little while.
Yeah, I wanted to check that out because I think only good stuff's gonna be down there.
And did you tell us that you had the key to that and you wanted to go check it out?
No, I've just been kind of watching everything that's been going on so far.
Okay.
the family drama.
Yeah,
Same team, Vitaly. Same team.
watching the Boyer family drama. Just like, really want to hitch my wagon.
We have
Eve-
the title player character by our names though, so
Evil child murdering wizards or
These guys.
nuts family or religious zealots.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking is like, oh yeah, the children are going to show up. Like the little chick with the parasol and the eye patch and Kill a Kill. There's no way this is going to end well. She's skipping around. It's going to be awful.
and Haley Ganya offered to train Vitaly, didn't she?
Yes.
Yes.
Or to find him a trainer within the
No, I'm the only one I can trust for training.
okay.
Well, you know, my powers are so overwhelming, it would take a certain kind of teacher.
It's okay. I've set plenty of parameters on fire.
Okay, real quick, Sean. Every time
Yeah.
anyone speaks but you, I hear an echo.
Yeah, we're getting a feedback of some sort
And I
somewhere.
think it might be coming from you because you're the only person we don't hear feedback from.
Oh, maybe when you switched it over.
Because I should only. Everything should be coming from my headset.
Mute your mic real quick. Alright. Can you?
Still echo.
I hear that coming from somewhere. Maybe, did you unplug it so Tycho could hear and you didn't plug it back in right? Huh.
Nope. Is it the fact that I am in an echoey room?
No, it was like a digital.
Maybe, but... Oh well. Now I can just hear myself twice, and that's twice as nice.
That's weird. Hold on.
All right, Matt, you talk because you seem to be the most echoey.
Alright, saving game, please wait.
Terrible.
Game saved, 2 saves remaining. Neil, your turn.
I don't know. I don't hear anything now.
I don't know the command, I don't hear anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear anything now that you've actually muted, not your microphone, but you've actually muted Google+.
And now?
Now I hear it on you too.
Actually, hang on. Now I don't hear any echo. My feedback's gone.
No.
Weird.
Whatever
Weird.
it did, it was magic. Alright, so game time.
Yep. So, what's the plan? I'm gonna kind of put the ball in your court here.
I know
'cause-
what I want to do.
Okay.
Because we still need to gather recruits. And so my brother ran off, and so I'm going to make the assumption that he will allow us to use our grounds to hold some recruits, so I need to get recruits. I will head into the city to a certain mill that I've visited before.
Okay. So you're going to go to the miller whose daughter you dug up previously.
And fixed, and then he was also one of the ones that was leading the riot.
Okay. Were you taking anyone with you? Is anybody else going, or are you going solo?
I will tell Vitali and Ganya what I plan. I'd tell Nico, but he's run off.
I did. That was what I did at the.
You chose run screaming for your response to hesitate. So yes, I'm gonna go find the miller, or to go to the house of the miller. I think he would be a great first recruit, and he knows the other common people of the city, and he can help find some. Do either of you wish to come with me?
Yeah, we're in this together. Gotta get more recruits.
I'm just wondering if I will be a huge help being the Lycaean student showing up trying to recruit people.
You will show them that not all the you will serve as an example, Vitali, that not all who are in that school serve the darkness, and that hopefully that will help them realize that they shouldn't just attack every member of the Lycaean.
I'm tempted to stay behind and wait for Nico.
If that's what you wish to do and make sure my brother is safe, then I would not be opposed to that either.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because oddly enough, of everybody, I think, Nico's the one I trust the most. For no obvious reason.
I'm hurt that you think that of me, Vitali, but I understand. You don't know me as well as you know my brother. And
Yeah.
he claps you on the shoulder and says, if you wish, help yourself to any food or drink. Shall we, Ganya?
Lead the way.
And as we're walking out, I'll say, Ganya, you don't happen to have any magics that could shield us from view of the guard, do you?
I can protect us from magical damage, but as far as a veil,
Perhaps
I yet learn that.
Perhaps your magical protections wouldn't be amiss considering what we just faced.
Yes, I have those up most days now.
And we shall head to town.
Wasn't it like night?
It was at least pretty close to evening. That's fine.
I think Peter.
It takes a little while, and then
I think Peter would reason that it'll be nighttime by the time he reaches the city. He doesn't like to stealth. He doesn't like to creep from corner to corner, but he is smart enough to realize that he's a wanted man, so if he walks about maybe at night, he's less noticeable. He won't actively try to hide himself, but at least he'll be smarter in his open approach in the city if it's at night.
okay. So what you need, bud? You need a drink? Okay. Give me just a second, and I'll get you a drink. Okay. The two of you make your way cautiously through the city. At some time later, well past, well into the dark of night, you come to the miller's house, sitting up on the hill near the river.
Yeah.
And from outside, you can see the flickering of torchlight or lantern light coming from inside, and occasionally shadows passing in front of.
Okay. Do you want to go get Tycho a drink real quick?
I will get.
Hey, Tycho.
He's just gonna sit here and smile at everybody.
Okay. I think he's checking himself out in the thing there. Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah.
I will approach, and I will give a on the door.
So, buddy, you're a goof. Stay down. Yeah. Ooh. Sorry. My pet monkey is here tonight.
That's
Uh,
okay.
So as you knock on the door, uh, Ty- okay. I think I need to get this thing a drink and make
I
him
think you need to get
distracted.
that small creature a drink. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Bye, Tycho.
Grab my book.
It's crazy how he looks like perfectly like Sean and Kristen.
Yep.
Don't
Neil?
think one or the other is like stronger necessarily. It's like
No, I know that he like. And sometimes he looks just like Sean. Sometimes he looks just like Kristen.
Hmm.
He's the perfect child.
My oldest one turned 11 yesterday. Just like holy crap!
You're like, I'm not old enough to have a kid that old.
I know. I'm like, wait, I remember 11. Damn it! I think I was about 12 when I started hanging out with Sean.
All right, Neil. So it's Sam's turn. Sam,
Out.
you stand on a garden path. There's a rose bush here. There's a small cottage here. Exits are north, south, in. Haley.
Exit north.
You are on a winding path. There's a tall tree here. Oh, he's back. All right. We're trying to entertain the YouTube people.
Hey, that's perfectly okay. I am okay with you guys playing Action Castle in between me dealing with childs. So as you knock on the door, the movement and voices cease. The lights inside. You hear some like frantic movement, and then the lights go out.
And I say, this is Peter Boyar of the Church of the Triad.
And Ganya, or whatever the hell.
Whatever the hell my name is. Ganya, whatever the hell my name is.
Volkov!
So you announce yourself. Okay.
My hand is on the hilt of my sword just in case, but I don't have it drawn.
There's no response, but you hear the distinct scraping of chairs, and possibly it's hard to tell through the door, but that distinctive scrape as a blade is drawn from a scabbard from inside.
I am here to speak with. Did I get his name?
Oop.
Mr. Miller.
I'm here to speak with the miller, who I visited with previously. I mean no ill will to anyone inside.
They should attack us. I say it under my breath.
Somebody has an instinct. When someone says, I issue no ill will, attack me.
That's an awesome instinct.
Damn it. Roadblock GM again.
I risked much to come here. Please let me inside.
You hear some whispering from inside, but you can't make out the words.
Can I attempt to make out the words?
Certainly, if you want to make a perception test to hear what's going on inside, it's going to be an ob 4.
Do you want to help, Haley?
Oh, hell yeah.
if you fail, then the two of you have your ears like up to the door, straining to hear what's going on when they decide to open them.
So it looks bad.
Well,
Or we're defenseless as they stab through the door where our ears are if they're bad guys. Alright. 1, 2... Ah! 2 successes. I have failed. Therefore, I did not earn a test for that perception.
failures all around.
Oh.
So we don't get a test.
Nope, no test. You've got your ear, like the two of you are up against the door at this point, like straining to hear what's going on inside. When the door is abruptly jerked inwards, and the two of you kind of tumble ass over tea kettle.
To the ground.
Yeah, and onto the floor.
But with grace.
No, with no grace. We failed utterly.
There's not much grace here. I
I
mean,
think we got tangled up in each other, Ganya.
Yes.
this is awkward. And when you once you kind of get your bearings, like there's that moment of confusion, and then you find yourselves like on the ground looking up, and all you can see is silhouettes, because it's dark in here. Your eyes have adjusted somewhat, but not enough to make out details.
Is there any one big silhouette?
There is one big silhouette, several small silhouettes, and
I look towards the big silhouette and I say, okay, go ahead.
You look towards the big silhouette, and the the cold steel glinting in the the moonlight streaming in against your face, kind of nudges your face back towards whoever's holding the blade.
Oh, okay. I repeat, I mean no ill will.
And a voice that sounds really familiar says, "No, I don't think you do, but you do realize you're a wanted man."
Is it Commander? What's his name?
Yeah, Commander Ivanov, the head of the watch.
I say,
Has
Commander.
Miller done something wrong that you are in his house?
He says, you two aren't in a position to ask questions here. And he turns, Sergey, turn, draw the curtains, lock the doors, light the lamps. And as they do, he says, you two stay exactly where you are.
I don't move a muscle.
And as the lights are brought back up, you do see the miller and his wife, several other villagers as well, and the commander, somewhat grizzled and bedraggled in civilian's clothing.
Oh man, players doing a happy dance. All right. Once the door is closed, curtains are drawn, and lights come on, I say, Commander Ivanov, we're at your mercy. Do you wish to ask questions, or you just wish to keep us here at sword point?
He says, before we have any kind of conversation, Sir Boyer, I would appreciate it if you would please relieve yourselves of any steel you might be carrying.
And, he slowly moves his hands down and he undoes his sword belt and he kind of slides it away from him.
The miller reaches in and grabs it. And
when he does, I just kind of give him an eye, like not a threatening eye, and I just say, mind the blade, Miller. It has been graced by the mother herself, or no, the sister herself.
He's kind of holding it gingerly, like he doesn't know what to do with it. And Ivanov kind of lets the pressure off, and tells him to get a couple of extra chairs, and he says you two have arrived on quite an auspicious night, and in my line of work I don't trust much to in coincidences. So why don't we have a seat and we'll have a conversation.
As I get up the seat, I say, I agree. I do not believe in coincidences. Perhaps the triad brought us together this evening.
He says, perhaps. Hopefully, it's something more along those lines than than what my suspicions would normally tell me. Meanwhile,
okay.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I don't know. Nico, you've stopped running at some point. I don't how
took off into the house.
What's that?
Like he took off into the mansion. Like he didn't leave the grounds. He just started running off into the mansion.
Oh, okay.
So like upstairs and into rooms and through libraries.
Right. Okay, so it's not long before, like, out one of the windows you can see Ganya and Peter taking off on horses.
I just see you as the boy from Men in Tights. The conversation turns around.
That's not appropriate.
So what are you gonna do? Once he kind of come to your senses?
I'm thinking he comes to his senses in like in an old room that no one's been in, and it was like at the top of one of the rampart towers, and it was his mother's sewing room, and she has a mirror there, or there is a mirror there. It's dusty, and this place hasn't been inhabited for a long time. And he kind of looks around, and like he's just kind of going through memories of when he was here as a boy and all these things that he saw and things he experienced. And then he looks in the mirror and he sees, like, I'm not that boy anymore. I can't afford to go out and join the circus and live in the woods and be in love with exotic women from overseas and be their, like, and to be their exotic fling. He can't do that anymore. His dad's hurt. His brother is basically engaging in a holy war, and everything he grew up around is going to be gone unless he straightens his shit. And so he's then going to stop, and he's going to turn around, and the same boy that walked into the room doesn't. The man walks down the stairs.
All right.
And as soon as he gets back to an inhabited area of the castle, or I guess of the keep, he's going to start gathering servants behind him that are not doing, like, essential things, and he's going to address the staff.
Okay, so you go down and, like, gather up the staff, the household servants who remain.
Unless
Vitaly, are you sticking in that crowd, or are you hanging out?
Well, probably not in with the servants. No. I guess I would probably be, like off to the side or way in the back, somewhere where I'm kind of like more of an observer than a participant.
Right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, it takes a few minutes for people to stop what they're doing, most of which involves sort of assessing damage and triaging and whatnot, and you've kind of got them gathered down in like a ballroom, one of the few places where it's big enough to kind of fit a bunch of people in there comfortably.
And as soon as they're there, he'll say, "You remember me when I was a boy. My father has been grievously wounded, and I will be taking up his position as Duke while he recovers. I expect full reports on the damage to the keep, supplies present, and my father's agenda, whoever directly assisted him. I will be fulfilling all of his responsibilities during his convalescence. Are there any questions before you return to the tasks I've assigned you?"
Why don't you make me an oratory test? 3. I think that's about the average will of people around.
You know what? I think this... I wonder if this furthers my belief. I am now the only hope for the House Boyer's survival. I will bolster our defenses by offering shelter to those who will help my cause. They work for me, so I don't think that follows that belief. But I will fork persuasion.
Okay. If you fail, if you fail, then it means that they all start. It's my other monkey.
Kristen! Woo!
You can hear that through my headphones.
I'm a loud motherfucker.
When you get on a computer, I'll send you an invite. You can hop in. I don't know. Oh, go ahead. I know. You are. You've been digging up the poop tank. I did not see the picture of the poop tank. Just, oh my god.
It's a poop! That's what it is!
That's a big poop.
That thing is this thing's like 3 feet down. Wow. Sorry. So if you fail, like when you ask if there's any questions, the person who raises their hand, who incidentally will be the hound keeper, is gonna start asking questions. Where's Peter?
Basically, it's the idea that Peter is the obvious better person.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you ran off and joined the circus.
I did run off to join the circus. You know what? I don't like that failure consequence. I'm burning a persona.
Okay.
It would be interesting if we were co-dukes.
Hey, that's what I proposed in the first place.
Clear thought it was amazing. Character had to try to get you to do it first.
Yeah, but then Paul, and you're like, "Oh no, you be the Duke. It'll be awesome. I'm gonna go fight a crusade." Awesome, yeah. Okay,
Crusades have to be fought, Sam.
5 dice. Top 3.
5 dice
Go!
against top 3.
Bam, bam, bam.
Nice. Awesome. So when you ask if there's any questions, everybody kind of looks at each other, and one of the servants, of course, my lord, will well, as you say, we'll start preparing everything. Will you be staying in your Lord Father's chambers?
My father will best recuperate in his own quarters, unless there is a more comfy bed that has been built in my absence. I look for whoever's in charge of the bedrooms. Bring me up to date on the situations in the living quarters.
Oh yeah, they go in and like do their thing. They start immediately furnishing, arranging one of the guest quarters, preparing it for you. Um, because your guys' rooms had basically been empty for years and years and years. They'd been converted to guest quarters. The things that you need done are going to get done. Of course, by the people that are still alive or unhurt enough to continue in their duties. The house is basically running on a skeleton crew at this point.
Is that just because people are dead, or are they elsewhere?
Some of them are dead. Some of them are not dead, but injured enough to where, like, they can't really do much. There's still enough people to run the household, just not as efficiently as before it was attacked by demons and wizards.
Okay. I'll actually call Vitali to my quarters once they're set up.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. One of the stewards will come get Vitali. Take you upstairs to the very nice guest quarters. Although lacking in any kind of personal touches.
Vitali? See you.
Likewise.
Things are complicated, as you can no doubt tell.
Yeah, I've just been trying to help out where I can.
It's good. I need someone I can trust. I don't know if there was an inside man or woman that betrayed House Boyer to the Lycaeum wizards, and I need someone that can look out for this sort of thing that I know has similar interests in mind.
Okay, what would you have me do?
I'd have you work as my confidant in this. I have a number of things that I need to have done, and I need them done promptly, and perhaps you have this information. Number one, where did my brother and Ganya go? I saw them leaving as I was gathering myself.
They went to go find recruits for the church.
Did they say when they would be back?
No.
That is not the way I would have done this. They're wanted. And this is very risky. They didn't need to do this. However, that's beyond what I can deal with now. It's too late to go chasing after my brother. We will have to do so in the morning. You have a guest room here. I will have it set up for you to stay as long as you see fit to help me in my cause. And in return, I will see what I can do to help you in yours, as I think many of our goals.
Yeah. There were a couple of things I wanted to speak with you about. Obviously, things have been chaotic. But now that we have a moment, I did have the opportunity to meet with my Spartak, my mentor at the Lycaeum.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and he said that he wasn't sure which students would, knew what was going on at the Lycaeum and which ones didn't, but he gave me the name of one, the master of, what was it, Summoning?
Yes.
Who would know, and suggested that I speak with him. He also gave me the a key to the. I'm sorry, Sean. What was it again?
It was the pens where they keep
The experiments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the pens where they keep the experiments and things that they're testing on. And my mentor suggested that I have a look.
Curious. I also have a way inside the Lycaeum. I'm wondering if we should use the same way, or if I should make my way inside discreetly in the near future and shadow you to ensure that you're not being set up.
Well, as much as I hate to say this, in your new capacity, I don't know that it's wise that you go sneaking into the Lycaeum.
Oh. I got in and out before just fine. somehow I think I'll be all right with Shadow Minions. But
Okay.
I'll have some tasks for me to accomplish in the city. I'd like you to accompany me there tomorrow. Perhaps in the next few nights we can infiltrate till I can and seek out this information Spartak led you to.
Sure.
All right. I'm going. Unless there's any other concerns you should bring me, I'm going to tune in. It's been a complicated day.
Yeah. I think we could both use some sleep.
Fair enough. I'll have my steward direct you to your quarters.
Okay.
And it's racking out time because the next day is going to be busier than shit.
Yep. Cool. So you two, Vitaly, you're led to one of the other guest quarters that's been made ready for you, and yeah, unless there's anything else that you guys wanted to take care of, I'm gonna switch over to Captain Sword in his face.
Yep.
Yeah, I did want to make one roll the next day, assuming we just get up and head to the city.
Okay.
Or do you want to conclude this encounter to see what the next scene's going to be?
Yeah. Let me close up that scene.
Conclude it.
Okay. So back at the Millers. The chairs are brought for you and Peter Ganya. The watch captain does not sheath his blade, but he does, like as everybody kind of sits down in various either chairs, benches, on tables, on the floor. He keeps his sword unsheathed, but kind of across his lap, so it's not pointing in your face, but it's there in case he needs it.
That's nice of him.
Yeah. And he says, "So, what are two wanted criminals doing, knocking on the door of a humble miller in the middle of the night?"
Well, we were hoping to find a friend and hopefully an ally.
I nod to the miller and I say, Lord Ravenov, unfortunately, he is, I don't know if he's been bewitched or he has just made poor choices of allies, but the faction within the school that deals with demons and devils has his ear. We need to find a way to free Olengrav of this darkness, and I was hoping the miller here could help me find allies for that purpose.
He sort of kind of smirks, and looks at the miller and is like, "Well, looks like you were right, Sergey." And the miller kind of comes over and puts a big hand on your shoulder, and was like, I prayed, my lord. I prayed that you would come to help deliver us as you helped deliver my daughter.
And I kind of like put my hand on his hand and I say, I sought you out, Sergey, because you have you know people in this community. You can bring the folk of the city together in a way that you could bring them together so that we can do what must be done. If you would for me, I need to spread some word. I am... Not only am I seeking allies to help stand up against Lord Ravenov, but the influence of the Lycaeum is the dark influence of the Lycaeum is growing, and the holy order of the Malatok is seeking recruits. We need more. I hate to say this because I hate violence, but we need more than words to do what must be done.
He kind of slaps you on the like on the shoulder pauldron, and it's like, see, I knew this was the right man to lead us. What did I tell you, Sidor?
See, so I chime in. I'm like, yes, we need more of a presence in the town, so that any of the corrupted know that they cannot just push us around. But we also need a core group of people who will not only stand up against Ravnov, but also fight for what is right when the time comes.
Of course. These things you ask for are already done. Isn't that right, Sidor? And the guard captain, like he stands up, and at this point he does sheath his sword. And he says, yes, indeed. When I said that your arrival here was auspicious, I meant it in every sense of the word. You'll want your blade, my lord.
My brow furrows. Are you planning something this evening?
Indeed. We're taking the school this evening.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Oh!
It is wise before we get some more intel.
But how much longer would you have us wait?
We know.
Ganya, how many more of our children do we have to let them take while we sit and do nothing?
We don't. I kind of stand up at this point. And when he says you need to take your sword, I kind of hold my hand out to Sergey.
He
Okay.
puts it right back in your hand.
I clip it back on and I say, I am not saying we wait long. However, we have who realized before it was too late the darkness that was in his school. With his knowledge, we could do this with less of a loss of life. with only deaths that are regrettably necessary.
While I understand your tendency towards caution, my lord. Things are already in motion.
So you're
What do
saying
you
there's
mean?
no way to stall even for a couple days?
I mean, we already have our people approaching the school as we speak.
Is there any way to call them off?
He says, "Well, why? We've spent days planning this attack. Why would we call them off now?"
How
Because
many
we're
of
not
you?
just
And like,
dealing with steel here. We're dealing with magic and also black magic.
and I kind
That
of,
kind of force we need we need some intelligence. We need to know what we're standing up against so we can effectively shut them down once and for all rather than just poking the beast.
I step forward and I take, and I'm not getting threatening. I'm just, stepping forward to emphasize my point as I kind of step up to Theodore and say, and how many of these men have trained to fight demons and the capital E enemy? how many men are prepared to face off against otherworldly creatures?
How many of them? How many of them are trained? None, my lord. How many are prepared? These are people who have lost loved ones and seen what what happens when.
All right, I am going to attempt an oratory here. We'll see how it works.
I don't know.
Well, tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna tell you
We'll
what I'm
figure
doing.
out if
All
it's-
right, so
if it's
basically, like, I
oratory or
sweep
not.
my arm to like everybody in the room. And I say, yes, they've lost loved ones, but if we go into this half-cocked, without the proper training and intelligence from those we know, more people will lose their loved ones. We don't want to just throw our lives away. It won't mean anything if we all die in a single attack that accomplishes nothing. To be victorious, we must know the enemy. We must know the terrain and the area we are going into. How many of you even know the layout of the school? You know, I am not saying that we just sit back and do nothing. All I am saying is stop these men from going to certain death now, so that in a week, at most 2, we can have the proper knowledge and ability to go in and do this right.
And Sidor, like is addressing you and sort of everybody else at the same time, and he says, we've all seen the corruption that this caused in our own Lord Rabinov, and in our people. You know, we've lost too much. We've waited too long while the church has done nothing, while the state has done nothing. It is down to us to draw the line in the sand.
So I'm gonna speak up and to help Matt.
Okay.
So if we have as many losses tonight as I think we might, going in there unprepared, we will have that number fewer to help when we are prepared. And the lives of these men mean more to me than the anger that I feel. The anger that boils inside of me every single time I think of Sokolov and what he has done and the corruption and the evil that has spread. Believe me, all I want to do is burn that school to the ground. But I am cautious because I want to win this once and for all without loss of more innocence. How do we know that when the school is attacked tonight, that they won't have a wall of innocent students that have not been corrupted shielding because they're expecting this? What if we had planned a little bit and were able to get some of those innocents out before this went down?
Sure. The miller comes around and says, "What if they have dragons waiting inside for us? What if the Lord Rabinov sends his personal army in? What if? We've heard too much what if. We've heard too much talking, too much planning. It's time to do something."
Nice.
So I think that's
Sean, real quick. Do you think I should roll oratory or persuasion?
no versus oratory.
Okay, so I have 2 dice for oratory, -1 for my wound, +1 fork from my persuasion, and +1 helping die from Ganya.
Yep. I've got a total of 4 dice, 3 for Sidor, and 1 helping from the miller.
I'm going to spend 1 persona to make that an even roll off.
Okay. If they succeed, then they're basically like, we're going, and you can hang back here if you really want to. But they'd much rather have you two with them. If you succeed, they'll at least attempt to call off the attack.
3. No 6s.
Only 1. Yeah. One of the other one of the other citizens, not somebody that you've ever met. Both of you get the Ob 1 oratory, by the way. Says that no, they're right, Sidor. We don't know what we're up against here. We should send out riders. Have them call off the others. Sidor does not look happy about this, nor does the miller. But the looks in everybody else's faces tells them that you two have convinced them at least. And he kind of sighs and he's like, fine, call it off.
I grab Sidor by the shoulder and I say, "Trust me, Commander. I will not make you wait much longer, but this is for the best. This is to ensure victory."
He says, "I hope you can do more than your order did in the square."
Sorry, Ben.
I say, I am not proud of the actions of my order at that time. All I can say is that members of the church are human like any other. Unfortunately, some of them at that time, and he does sound a little angry at this, like not at Sidor, but like at his order, some of them at that time allowed their emotions to run things more than they probably should have. Something I intend to change if I can.
And I just look him straight in the eye and say,
What's that? I couldn't hear you.
I just look him straight in the eye and say, believe me, they will not get out of this without a scratch. My mission, my higher calling, is to take them out.
And I actually, I turn to Sergei and I say, in fact, if you wish, I can send a runner in the night to my estate and summon the man I told you of who can help give us inside information on the school. He can be here. He can be here in the morning.
And he says, yes, of course. Anything that you think.
Okay, and then I say, if you'll excuse me, then I must find us some place to stay for the evening.
He says it's not much, but we have space in the stables. And Sidor's like, it would be best for the two of you to to keep a low profile, you are still wanted.
Stables will be
Will be frozen.
of action. This.
Cold
I mean, your. I don't know what vows you may have taken, but if you do this, are you okay with all that?
He says, me? I'm fine with it. I'll leave it to the new captain.
And I kind of just nod and pat him on the shoulder and if one of since we are such familiar faces, if I don't suppose if one of you could send a runner to the Boyer estate to summon Vitaly Kozlov to this residence in the morning, I will retire to the stables.
Certainly.
And I retire to the stables.
All
Yeah,
right.
I do a kind of a small like head bow to them as I walk out to go sleep, because it's been a while since I think we've done that.
Oh God, yes, pass the fuck out.
All right. So, the next day, Nico, you're awakened by fairly not furious pounding on the door, but insistent knocking and a voice.
And I would have said that Peter was staying there. Just Peter, not Peter Boyer, but just Peter.
Right. My lord, I need there's a runner's come, my lord.
What is his message, or rather,
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You got real quiet.
What is their message?
They said that they would. It's something about Peter, your lord, my lord, your lordship.
I will meet the messenger in one of the sitting rooms, and he'll get up and grab one of the robes that had been provided.
Sure. It's when you get down there, there's a skinny peasant kid waiting in one of the rooms. He's looks like he's out of breath, and kind of stands up and like does a half bow, and then is not real sure exactly like what he's supposed to do, so he just kind of like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Lord Boyer?
Yes.
I was supposed to come to tell you that well, actually, let me go back. What's the message that you sent them?
It was, I guess if you want the exact wording, it is, yeah, Nico's the Lord of the Manor, so it's going to be, what did we decide? It was Your Grace?
Your Grace.
Your Grace Boyar, Vitaly Kozlov's presence is requested with urgency at the house of Sir J. Miller in the city of Olengrav, and then it's just from Peter.
Okay, so was it a written message then?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he just kind of picks up a folded up piece of parchment and hands it to you. I said I was told to bring this to you from the knight, sir. Your lordship,
And,
your grace.
Yes, and that you have done an excellent job of. Are you hungry, son?
Yes, my lord. Sir.
Please have the steward here direct you to the kitchens where we'll feed you, and then you will ride back to the city with us. I plan on going there this morning.
And the steward kind of takes him and ushers him back toward the kitchens.
Okay. I'm gonna get dressed and like it's gonna be in something they can fit that looks appropriately, fine.
Okay. Something duckle. Dougal?
Yeah, something that's appropriate for a duke to wear when going to
Quack, quack.
There's clothes there. They're your father's, and they don't quite fit right, but they are nicer than what you usually wear.
Okay, I'll get a cloak to go with it and all that, and let Vitali know that hey, here's the letter that he wants to see you, and here's where he's going to be. I'm ready to head to the city now.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Okay, I actually need a second. I just got a message. I think it's from work.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. 1 sec.
All right, 1 second.
Oh, I see. It's just me.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. I can never tell because I can't see her. You have no webcam.
Yeah, me and my squinty eyes are here.
Squinty eyes.
Squinty eyes.
Are you high right now?
No, my profile picture.
Oh, yeah, it is a little squinty.
A little bit.
Were you high in your profile picture?
Nope.
Oh. Well, I guess that's okay. This is good YouTube vision.
I know, right? Maybe we should talk more about poop tanks.
Poop tanks. Tycho
Poop
was
tanks
filling
are
up the poop
interesting,
tank. That's what I was hearing.
Well, if he's anything like Tristan, he'd be really proud of that fact.
He is quite proud. He's no longer surprised by it. There's no more. Oh, poop. Although when we can teach him to stop saying I need to get the poop out of my butthole, I'll be much happier. What's that? Whole butt. Whole butt. They have no filters, those 3-year-olds.
No.
I imagine it doesn't get much better when they're 4.
Nope.
How about when they're 11, Neil?
You know, when they're 11, it's a lot less conversation about poop, actually.
All right,
It's
so
like,
Sean,
like, oh my god, can we quit talking about poop already?
In your family.
Hey, Sean, you are on
Yeah.
a winding path. There's a tall tree here. Exits are up, east, south.
Up.
You're in a tall tree. There is a stout dead branch here. Exits are down. Haley.
What just happened?
Is she gone?
Exit down.
You're on a winding path. There's a tall tree here. Exits are up, east, south.
Somebody go up again.
Neil.
Go up.
You're in a tall tree. There's a stout dead branch here. Exits are down.
Take branch.
You have a stout dead branch.
Haley's turn.
Exit down.
You are on a winding path. There's a tall tree here. Exits are east and south.
Jesus.
I don't know the command. Jesus. He is not in
Inventory.
this game. Inventory. Checking inventory. You have a lantern, a fishing pole, and a stout dead branch. Haley.
Exit east.
You are on the drawbridge of Action Castle, Castle, Castle. Exits are east and west. There is an angry troll here. Neil.
Oh, let's see. Exit. Wait, what am I doing? I don't understand.
I don't understand the command. I don't understand.
West.
You are on a winding path. There's a tall tree here. Exits are east, up, and south. Haley.
Exit south.
You are in a lush garden on a lush garden path. There's a rose bush here. There's a small cottage here. Exits are in, north, south.
Exit in.
You are in a small cottage. Exits are out.
Out.
You're on a lush garden path. There's a rose bush here. Exits are north, south, in.
Take rose.
You have a rose.
Yeah, I do.
Save.
Oh,
Save.
no. Save.
Saving game. Please
I'm
wait.
most-
Game saved. One save remaining.
I left some of me upstairs.
You left. Oh, that's gross. That is so gross. I
You
thought we
and
were
his
done
3-year-old
talking
were-
about poop.
You and his 3-year-old are on the same wavelength, Sam.
That's right.
So is Vitali ready to hightail it to town or no? I didn't hear your answer, Neil.
Well, I'm just wondering if I need to check in with my family at some point since I'm supposed to be working here.
Oh, like they care about you.
Ah, fuck them. Yeah, let's go.
They think you're just being an heir and like off drinking their money away like as usual, so it's okay.
Yeah,
So-
well, I'm not even an heir. I'm the bastard of the family. I mean, like, so much bad shit would have to happen before I was in charge.
Probably caused by you.
So when we get into Olengrav, I actually want to task this servant that I've given a ride with something that I'm going to like turn into a circle troll.
Okay, what's your intent?
My intent is to have this kid go and find another urchin that he would say, "Hey, I need someone to help me with this. Bring the come with me, and it'll be worth some food." And I want to use circles to get that urchin to help me gather information. I basically want to circle up an urchin that can shadow Alexi and Tatiana.
Okay, so your
Yeah.
intent is to get somebody to shadow those two.
Yeah. but the kid is my facilitation for getting an urchin to me. It's just a matter of, is it an urchin I know or not?
Do you have a city life path?
I was actually going outcast. And I have servant as a servant. So.
How quickly do you want this done?
It doesn't matter. We're going to be in town for a while. So.
Hi, Kristen.
Love your face.
This one?
Yes,
That one.
that one too.
People watching this are going to be like, "What? Who's that? What's going on?"
This is
I'm
the
the
woman
famous
that,
one here.
This is
I
the
know.
woman that in a couple months might be joining us in this game. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I'm going to say it's Ob 3.
And make it that much darker by doing so.
Why do you say Ob 3 for a city kid? Because I don't need any specific knowledge.
we-
Lower station.
We started at Ob 1, yes, lower station, and you want somebody with a particular skill, that being stealthy, so that they can shadow somebody around without being seen.
Okay.
So 1 and then
2 and then 3. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So I have circles of 2. I'm going to use my outcast.
Sam, wait. Lobby for the fact that you fed this kid to get an advantage dice.
That wasn't. See, that was me playing an instinct, and as
But
it
it
got
might-
into trouble,
but
I
it
think
might
if I
help-
fail,
It might help you here, and it might give you a freaking test you need to advance to advance circles.
that is true.
Just saying.
can the instinct
Yes,
play that
sir.
way? Because I wrote that instinct to get him in trouble when he sticks up for servants being treated with disrespect.
It doesn't
Yeah.
always have to get you in trouble. It can still cause good things to happen sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You just get rewarded when it causes you trouble.
So
That doesn't mean that it always has to be in that situation.
So in this case, basically, the kid would be like, "Yeah, he fed me. It was awesome. The food was so good."
Yeah.
Like, so the kid's basically is an advantage dice because I fed him and it was nice.
And
Yep.
Vitaly, you have a city life path, don't you?
I don't know.
If you have student, you have a city life path.
Yes, I do.
Unless it was noble student.
That's true.
No, let's see, read, write, sorcery. It doesn't have any traits associated with it, so it's not city student.
I think
So
it's
if
just
he-
a student.
if he helps you,
There's a lot of students.
if he helps you, that's 4 on 3. That might be a routine that you so desperately need.
Well, I have a routine now because if I get a bonus dice for the guy being like, "Yeah, it was awesome. He fed me," and then I use my outcast affiliation, then I'm at 4 dice, Ob 3.
The affiliation is with the circus, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. So if you're using that, you're looking for somebody who is a part of that.
yeah, and they can definitely be like a circus urchin. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
That would
Shit,
actually
wasn't-
make a lot of sense.
Was
Because-
noble student.
Was noble student? That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me. So all of your life paths are noble.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Nobles and city folk get very different educations.
All right, so Sean, I've got 4 dice on an Ob 3 circles.
Four dice and an Ob 3.
So I think is circles one of those where even if you fail, you get the test.
Yes. Yeah. It's only perception, faith, and resource. If you fail, if you fail, then the person that you
He circles up old Silas.
Oh no! You circle up someone who's one of
Nope.
his friends and hates you. Oh.
they're gonna get caught. They're not gonna be good enough.
Ooh. They're gonna get caught and they're gonna give me up.
That's awesome.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, that's hot. I'm okay with that. Is this furthering a belief? It absolutely is. I might burn fate, though. All right, go dice! Yes! I
Look
get
at
to name
that.
the urchin!
Nice! You get to name him. What's his name?
I think this urchin's name... Hey, Neil, pick a number between 1 and 26, and I'll set out a name.
Okay. How
Why
about
now? I'm right here. I've got nothing to do.
26?
Zed.
Babe, would you... Zed.
Unless Kristen can come up with a better one.
No. No, I'm enjoying the thought that you were just gonna add ED to any letter he picked and roll with it.
It could have been Ted. It also could have been UED, which would have been hilarious to say.
Ued. It'd be fine.
Good.
He's Ed, but he's exotic.
You silent.
So I have Zed the kid, and I finally dinged my circles.
Nice.
That sounds like it should be something naughty. I dinged my circles.
Oh my god, that took so long to get to a B3, for fuck's sake.
Proud of you.
Should be. So I assume I get the kid up, the little servant kid, and he brings Zed the urchin. I'm gonna call him Zed the circus.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of, I'll have the cloak up, and it'll be at a corner, and I'll just say, I need you to give me some information on two students at the school. They frequent a tavern called the Fatted Calf. They're both younger than 20. One wears Rabanov clothes, and the man wears White Sail Company clothing. I need you to follow them. I need you to tell me everything they do. You'll report to this boy, and this boy will get that information to me, and I will keep you both fed. Is the deal understood?
Yes, yes, Your Grace, of course.
Do not be caught.
Of course not, sir. Quiet as a cat, me.
That is what I like to hear. What is your name, son?
They call me Zed, my lord.
Very
Sir?
good. Very good.
It's dead, baby.
I know, I was gonna say, I hope he survives.
I hope you know I ain't exactly a real doctor.
Oh, God.
Different Zed.
Different Zed.
I just chased one thing I want to chase. I guess I'll go back to the carriage or whatever we used to get here, the magical device we used to rocket ship. And I'm going to find Vitali and say, I understand you had some business in the city.
I was going to say, this is not that gay.
Yes, I do. Alright, so... what do we want to do first? Do we want to go talk to... oh, man, what's his name? I think it was Vanya?
Yes.
Or do we want to go check out the cages? You're coming with me, right, Nico?
To do which thing again?
One or the other?
I think I'll go with you to see my brother. That makes the most sense in daylight.
Okay. So I go to meet with Peter, see what he wants.
Cool. So the place where you guys have been going to meet is the miller's home, and as well as the actual mill, because nobody has a place where they go to work. They just get up and work.
Right.
And you're sort of greeted at the door by an enormous dude.
He headbutted me once. He's a nice guy.
He did headbutt you once, um, and like you can smell breakfast cooking. It's not what you would what you were probably served at the manor house
At Shea Boyer.
at Shea Boyer, but it smells good. If greasy and full of basically vegetables and meat. And he kind of glares down at you, and he's like, can I help the two of you?
Well, yeah, I was summoned here by Peter Boyer.
Oh, and he like turns around. Peter and Ganya, they'd awakened you shortly before the sun was fully up, and they the family had brought you in to feed you. So you guys are there at the table.
Nom nom.
Nom nom truncheons of like just stuff in front of you.
Sam recognizes this place. Or, not Sam, Nico.
Nico, yeah.
Nico has a hood up.
Yeah, I'm just saying you've been here before. Once you mentioned Peter's name, the miller nods. Of course, my lords. I'm sorry. Please come in. Can I take your cloaks, or he's kind of giving the eye to Nico's fine clothes.
I'll just shake my head under the cloak.
No, that won't be necessary. Then I just kind of make my way toward the smell of the food.
It's not hard. There's not really rooms in this place.
Gotcha.
There's a room, and like there's probably what you would assume is probably a bedroom like off to one side, and then like smaller.
Where the entire family sleeps, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I go find Peter. Go up to Peter and say, "You wish to speak with me?"
I said, I do. And I nod to Nico and I say, I know that we've discussed this in the past, especially with the canon, that something needs to be done about the darker aspect of the Lycaeum.
Yes.
Unfortunately, all of our sitting around discussing it has caused trouble. The common folk, and I kind of motion to the miller and I say, are suffering.
Hello.
They're still now suffering at the hands of these people. I understand that anyone who was a part of the righteous side of what happened in the city months ago, because what was the riot was after the downtime, wasn't it? That happened recently. Some are being like our father, could be attacked by the school in retaliation. Rabinov.
What in the fuck are you trying to say?
I say he kind of looks at you and says it's because he's trying to oratate. Anyways, he says, I'm saying that action needs to be taken. These people are so desperate. That they were willing last night to charge in almost blind into the school to save themselves from what's been happening.
Did they?
I stopped them. Because I know there are still innocents in the school. However, the longer we wait, the more these people will suffer. We can't just sit around and talk about how wonderful it will be when we go in and clean this thing out. And yes, I know that some of these things can take time, but we still need to do something. We still need to take action for their part. I need you, Vitaly, to help me. If we attack the school, I need knowledge of who is innocent, who is not, or how we can get to Sokolov. If we can stop him, perhaps others that were on the path of darkness will see the light and step away.
The thing is, I think that there's still enough people in the Lyceum who are not part of the darkness, who we need to win to our side. If we don't have their cooperation, any attack on the Lyceum will likely fail.
Are you guys fighting the darkness?
We're fighting
Yes,
the
we are
dark. We're about
fighting
to
the
cast a
darkness.
magic missile at him, actually.
We are about to take down Eddie Murphy and his brother Charlie.
Well,
Darkness?
a magic whistle.
You haven't watched?
Yeah, Vitaly can only play with his magic whistle.
Stop
He's
this.
gonna cast magic whistle at Charlie Murphy.
That's gonna be awesome.
what did the five fingers say to the face?
Slap.
And that's why I was like, unity.
Hey, Sean, is Cedar here right now?
No.
Okay. Vitaly, how long will that take? Because the faster the better.
I need to speak with Vanya within the Lyceum, and I can try to do that today.
I look at. Oh, go ahead.
After that, I should have a better idea of how many of the students would fight with us, and how many would fight against us. There's one other thing I want to look into, but that would need to happen this evening.
What is that?
I have the key to the research that goes on in the basement of the Lyceum.
You may see more of those imps that we've encountered. Be cautious.
I also have a way into the Lyceum.
Yes, brother? I'm sorry. Yes, Your Grace?
The old butler Jarvis sometimes leaves his servant door unlocked. This may be of use to you. This is why you keep good notes. Ha!
I don't care for trickery, but in this case, it will save lives.
I don't think there's
And
any trickery
time.
per se.
Peter,
Yes.
your honor here, while necessary to keep a moral compass straight, you are not dealing with horses and flanking and cavalry and footmen.
And I understand that in this case that it is required to help speed the process and save lives. I don't like it, but I understand it is necessary.
Good.
All right.
I have to do one thing.
Hi, Dina.
Hi, Trex. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. What
good
color
night.
is the dragon again? Oh,
Night.
I didn't say it was orange again. Good night.
Sorry. He likes to say good night to everybody.
So cute.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon. Good night, Moon. Good night, cow, jumping over the moon. What did I tell you about scooching? Sorry. Sorry. Where were you? I was distracted by.
We were talking about our plans and getting.
Oh, okay.
I look at Sergey and I say, I understand intelligence will take time. Intelligence gathering will take time, but you see, we're clearly working on this. We don't want to just sit around and do nothing. Though some in the church and definitely some in the city government think that's what we should do, I feel that we need to take action. Would you not agree?
Good choice. Show them the face. Show them the face.
Sword him in the face, Matt.
Sword him in the face.
Sword him in the, I thought you said leave him to their fate, which was also cool. But
No.
Fury and way more appropriate.
I will not sword the miller in the face. He headbutted me and is cool.
That's right.
He caused
Sorry,
me
we're-
bodily harm. I kind of like him. All right,
Yep.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Bubbaloo.
Good night, Jeremy.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
I'm sorry, Matt. Were you talking to the miller?
Yeah, basically I was telling him, it's like, see, I was like, this is what we need, we're going to get the intelligence, we're going to do this the right way, we know ways, we can find ways in, we can find who will be on our side in there and who will not, and perhaps, hopefully, and I look at Nico and Vitaly, hopefully we can find a more direct route to the headmaster himself.
And he says, of course, my lord. We had planned on following your lead. We needed to do something.
I understand, and I apologize for not having been more obvious, or not having been able to communicate that I was planning to take action and hoping I could do something. I apologize basically for my slowness.
He had other things that were taking up his time, good sir.
He says it. A lot of people had a lot of things taking up their time.
However, we are here now. The goal is in our sights.
If this is going to happen, I perhaps have a plan. At least a plan for my part to play in this attack to come. If you do indeed intend, Vitaly, to have allies on the inside to act, hopefully by surprise, and if Your Grace, you hope to help us find ways to get in undetected, perhaps I and some of the other knights can act in our more traditional and open manner and cause a distraction at the gates. Perhaps we can knock loudly, as it were.
Appropriate.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Ganya, what do you think about this whole thing?
I think we have the beginnings of a plan. Vitaly, do you think I could blend in with the students when you go in? As sort of a backup if you're going down to the keeps.
I think you... Oh, go ahead.
Well, our best bet would be if I could get a hold of some of the traditional Lycaeum garb, which I could probably do after I go in and talk with Vanya.
You will. I think you will also need some way to change your appearance. Your face, after all, is known. What do they call us? The church's curs?
That is what they call you.
Hmm.
It's a wizarding school. They have robes, right?
The aspect deep cowl. Wait, wrong game. Wrong game.
Yes, there are no aspects in this game.
That might be risky. That might actually be more risky than not having you come along, because if you're discovered, then we won't be able to continue with our plans. And I can only use my mask spell on myself.
Ganya, do you think you would be able to come with me to the... I need to talk to the Molotov Order. Perhaps you could talk to the more... or those gifted within the church to aid us to fight the darkness in a much more literal sense than they're used to.
Of course.
We can knock louder with sorcerers with us.
I will see what I can do to rally support to another cause.
Very well. Let us give ourselves. Well, 3 is a lucky number. Let us give ourselves 3 days to gather what support we can.
So, Nico, Peter, do you think you can rally any of the other lords of the city?
I look at Nico.
Perhaps our bannermen, but I don't know of the other lords. I will have to get some intel. It has been a significant amount of time since I've been in the house.
I just fear this might be as political as it will be, up front and battling face to face.
Perhaps. Perhaps I will see what I can muster.
Let us give ourselves. If everyone agrees, let us give ourselves 3 days. One for the mother, the son, and the daughter. Or the mother, the brother, and the sister. To speak with our contacts, find out what we can, and then come back and meet here again, if that is okay with you, Sergei, to finalize our plan.
Of course, my lord. I'll gather the others, and Sidor, of course, and
I say, and I nod, and I say, and let any know, any that wish to join our righteous cause, if they wish armament, that I can speak with my order's quartermaster, and we can get them weapons.
Should they need quarters, I have a place to house them so long as they would work during the day.
thank you. We will certainly need weapons. It's hard to fight a war with mauls and axe handles.
But and I kind of put on my sword. I said, but backed by faith, those can be as mighty as any other weapon. But with swords, they'll do even better.
Of course, I'll put the word out at once. So what's the plan? Who's going first? Who's doing what first?
I'm going to wait till nighttime, and then I'm going to head to the church.
Okay. You're going to the church. Anybody else?
I am going to. I suppose I didn't say I brought a change of clothes along, did I?
Nope. I was gonna say you got an instinct. No.
No, but I do have the item traveling gear.
Traveling gear has doesn't really have extra clothes. It's got maybe a cold weather like a rain cloak and aside from that, it's basically like your backpack full of stuff.
But I bet I have extra clothes at my fur trader's shop.
If you can stay at the beaver hut.
Yeah. No, you absolutely could run back there, change into something less ostentatious.
And then I'm going to go there, change, and then run to the Carnival. And I want to try and circle up help, or basically I want to try and gather.
Oh, you cut out.
I want to gather support from them in this effort.
Okay.
I definitely want to go to the church and start rallying the gifted.
Okay. And Vitaly, what are you doing?
I need to go speak with Vanya.
You need to go speak with Vanya. Okay. Let's take care of Vanya first,
Yes.
I think.
Vitali, yes.
Yes. So you were you're still technically a student. It's not, and you've gotten in unnoticed before. Um, so it's
I was thinking, I haven't really done anything outwardly. Like, I could still just walk in the front door.
yeah,
Really.
yeah, yep. Uh, no challenges there. The summoning is a class
Hold-
that
1 second, really quick, before I went, I have to find somewhere to stash that key, because if anything goes wrong, I don't want to have that on me.
oh nice. Where are you gonna stash it?
Oh, I'm actually going to give it to Ganya.
Okay.
Okay. So you pass it off to Ganya before you head out. All right.
Yep. I don't want that on me. All right. So yeah.
Aw, he does like me. Or at least somewhat.
So so summoning is one of those courses reserved for senior students. And even then, not all of them take it. It's kind of a time-consuming and exacting art. When you arrive, Vanya is conducting a class, having one of his students drawing with chalk on a large blank area of floor. Like all of the furnishings have been pushed away. Writing down like intricate symbols in chalk on the floor in this large circle that's kind of been inset into the floor itself, like a big iron ring. And the student makes a mistake, and Vanya, who's a little notorious for his temper, like his cane, and by cane I mean like he carries around kind of a willow branch. Like, it's technically a walking stick, but really what it is it's the thing he whips out and wraps the knuckles of people who write their draw their circles improperly. Whack! Like hits the student's knuckles. The chalk goes like spinning, and he's like, if you made that mark, whatever it is that you called forth would have your soul for lunch, boy. And he kind of looks up, and he's like, and let that be a lesson to all of you. It's incredibly important that you that your circles are exact. If you're sloppy, if then things go wrong, and when things go wrong, you put yourself and your not just yourself, but your immortal souls in danger. This is not a child's art. And then dismisses everybody. Go and when you come back, be prepared to do it right.
Nice.
And then he sees you in the doorways as others, like as the other students are leaving, and he kind of looks at you and he says, you're not one of mine. Either you've come here for with questions, or you have a message from somebody else. So which is it?
Actually both. I was sent to speak with with you by my mentor, Spartak.
Spartak. Haven't seen the old Codger. This guy's probably out. Like he's probably older than Spartak by a good 10 years. He says, I haven't seen the old Codger in well, at least a day or two.
He's made himself busy with some other tasks, I suppose.
Indeed.
Is this a place that I might speak with you in private?
He kind of gestures behind you as he hobbles around behind a desk, and he says, "Close that door." And the only ears that'll be able to hear are those of ghosts. Don't worry. You can trust them.
Okay. So I go close the door. Surely by now you've heard the rumors going around the school about some of the dark arts that are being practiced here.
Rumors. I wouldn't call them rumors.
Well, it's come to my attention recently that they are not rumors, that they are in fact true.
And he kind of gives a shifty look around, and he's like, and I'd be inclined to agree with you, boy.
I guess what I need to know is whether or not the Lycaeum is a place where that is going to continue to grow and be the way that the Lycaeum operates, or is it going to go back to its old ways before this element took hold?
Says Spartak sent you to me, did he?
Yes.
He says your masters has definitely told you true. Although I'll warn you that knowledge is sometimes infinitely more dangerous than ignorance.
Well, I didn't go to school to gain ignorance.
He says the headmaster, he's misguided, shall we say. There's some of us, though not many. Your master and myself, chief among them, that would see him pulled from his position. We know that he is doing things, and we would we made attempts to alert the people in charge, but you can see how much that stopped.
Well, how many of the students do you know of that would be opposed to this if they knew that it was the truth?
How many? Most of the junior students, like yourself, the senior students that make any advancement are initiated quickly.
Who, if there was to be a change, who would be a fit new headmaster?
Well, there's where you find the most disagreement, boy. I think any of us would tell you that we were the most appropriate headmaster. Most people think it will come down to your master or myself.
Well, my master has gone into hiding.
Right. Can't have cowards running the school. Don't get me wrong, Spartak's a good friend of mine. But he's craven.
Well, I guess if survival instincts makes one a coward, I certainly would not. I don't agree with that idea. But there are rumors outside the Lycaeum of an impending attack.
An impending attack by who?
It's not really clear. Just the whispers that I hear say that there are some who are gathering forces to make an attack on the Lycaeum.
Motherfucker.
Oh,
that's
son of
so
a
good.
bitch.
That's so good.
And Vanya, he kind of smirks and leans back and he's like, and why would you be telling me this, boy? How do you know I'm on your side?
Because my master sent me to you, and my master absolutely would not send me to the wrong person.
So what would you have me do? I don't know if your master told you, but summoning the subject I teach, while it's important, is a layman's art.
Well, my thought was that when and if an attack came, that those who would be appalled by the headmaster's actions would help in overthrowing the headmaster.
Interesting. So you're asking me to see who would be willing to turn their cloaks on old Sokolov, huh?
You were just saying that most of the junior students would.
And that's not wrong, but I'll also tell you most of the junior students wouldn't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their asses, boy.
I can tell you from experience that's not always the case.
No, perhaps
I
not.
can cast magic whistle.
I can totally make dogs run away.
You can make dogs run away with magic whistle. Squirrel.
Considering also that, as you were just saying, the most likely person to take over as new headmaster would be either you or my master Spartak, and with Spartak not being here, this provides an interesting opportunity for yourself.
Indeed. Indeed it does. So, can you guarantee that your friends would back me?
I could get the guarantee.
If if you can do that, I would be quite inclined to muster what support I could in favor of your cause.
And how would we know if you had mustered enough support to make any difference in an attack?
How about this? Give me a day, and I will. If you give me a day, then I'll meet with. I assume that this isn't something that you and Spartak are planning alone. You arrange a meeting with with your friends, and we'll hash out the details in person.
Okay. When would you be available and where?
2 days hence. I'll well, I can think of no place more appropriate than the town square. Could you?
Yes. The taxidermy shop.
the place with the creepy beaver?
That's the one.
Its reputation has spread.
Why is it the fucking creepy beaver? Why does it have?
You've
That's-
seen it. You know how creepy it
Many
is.
Yeah.
many people, Sam.
It would be the least obvious place for a clandestine meeting.
Indeed. I'm just saying. I've seen risen spirits of the dead with more life in their eyes than that beaver. It's planning something.
Not like
I'll see to it that the beaver is not present for the meeting.
The beaver's going to turn into something by the end of this game, and it's going to be
Gonna be-
terrifying. And
gonna
I know it.
be a reputation I have, owner of the beaver.
The beaver is going to turn out to be like an old one or something like that. That's just
Beaver
come back.
master.
I am a beaver master.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Well, if we have an agreement on the location, I'll head back out and go back to the miller's place.
Yeah, he's like, I'll get to work getting my supporters on board.
Oh man, this is gonna be badass.
Ow, son of a bitch! There's a sticker in my shirt. That hurt. All right. So you've done that. Ganya, what are you doing?
Gonna go rally the gifted in the church.
Okay. What? So at the church, what's your plan? How are you going to go about rallying them?
Well, definitely gonna talk to my sister about the need for getting people out on patrol to help the city and to get a group of them who would stand against Sokolov.
Sure. And so you're speaking with your sister in her chambers, and she's like, Ganya, I understand what it is that you want to do, but do you really want to put those lives at risk? What you're talking about is effectively an open war in this city.
How else do you propose we get rid of Sokolov and in enough time to save more innocent lives?
She says, I don't know. I'm not saying that I have answers. I'm just you know the dangers of our craft. That much power in one place. If anything could go wrong, it could be catastrophic. I don't think you're wrong. I'm just
think we just need to put faith in the mother and the twins to see the light through the darkness. Listen, sister, I don't always agree with everything the church does. Call me blasphemous, I know. I think some of the church is quite antiquated, but I do believe in the triad. I do believe they want us to act.
She says, so many of those that we have are either older or not trained. I don't know, Ganya. I don't know that this is a good idea. Do you want to make a persuasion roll? Your request was certainly good enough. She's just not.
She's wary, cautious,
Yeah.
unsure.
Not willing to put a whole bunch of people at risk, especially not people that were that are basically her charges to train.
Right.
Her will is 4.
And I have a persuasion of 4.
Nice. So what exactly is her intent? If you win,
I basically want her to help me to get out the word and make sure we have some support.
okay,
The gifted, because swords are only so good against magic.
that is true. That is definitely true. Okay.
Can I fork in sorcery, since talking about strategically using magic against other magic users?
Not really, because sorcery is like you're not casting a spell here, or
That would be a wise rather than actual sorcery.
yeah. Soothing platitudes you could probably fork if you had that,
Yeah.
or an
I don't-
appropriate wise.
I mean, I have oratory, but there's no one else around. Okay. Come on, dice. And 3. With 2 6s.
You spend a fate on those.
What did you get?
It was just a static ob. Your ob is just 4.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm spending a fate.
Because she's not really
There you
trying to
go.
convince you of anything. You're just trying to convince her to agree to send her charges out to meet their doom. I mean, help you guys out.
Hey, they have a choice. I can re-roll both 6s with 1 fate, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
And that's another success.
Nice.
4.
Boom,
4
baby.
successes. That will do it. That'll do it. She, she. Of course, you're right, Ganya. I just there's fewer of us than I'd like, but
I
you
know,
what?
but everyone who has a choice, they don't have to join us, but believe me, I will be in the front lines trying to take this guy down.
Of course, I wouldn't be doing my duty if I didn't assist you. This man needs to be brought low, and those that remain innocent need to be brought into the fold.
Well, good. I'm glad we agree. Now, there's much work to be done. I believe we have some people to talk to, and some extra training to throw in.
Of course, and we don't have much time. All right. Yeah, and she sits down and starts penning letters and whatnot to her students and the other sorcerers who are in charge of training apprentices. Uh, Matt, Mr.
I
Glover.
stride right through the Molotov Order's training grounds. And I don't know if during the downtime I kind of trained some of these recruits that went on to graduate and become the younger members of the order. And so I kind of affect my drill instructor persona that I had going on. And it's like, gather up, soldiers, gather up, get off your lazy asses, come on. And I'm trying to call them and all these other knights into a big area so I can address them all.
Sure. Like they're just like in the training yards, sparring and going. Their regular training routine. As you call them, they
And it's like I said, it's not just the young. It's not just the young, but I mean those know me as the drill instructor. But I'm doing that kind of voice, trying to get as many knights in as possible.
Sure. Yeah. Not too difficult. Like it doesn't take long before you've kind of got a small.
And I motion to Yuri, and he brings me over, a box or a crate or something, and I kind of get up on it. And I say, Knights of the Molotov, you know me, I am Sir Peter Boyer. Recently, this city has come under an insidious attack from within by the forces that we actively oppose. There is... I cannot give specifics yet because we have not finished. Because we are not ready to unveil yet. However, there is going to be a dangerous mission that will be taking us directly against the darkness. That could result in your death. That I need volunteers for. And he kind of sweeps his arm and says, "It has been our job since this order was founded to defend mankind against the demons and all the forces that oppose the Triad. The school is led by a man who actively serves hell. Who will join me in casting him back into the pit?" My intent is to get people to join me, to get some people to help me. I'm not going to tell them assault the gates yet because I don't want that word leaking, but I will tell those who volunteer once.
Okay. Rally the troops, as it were.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like oratory.
Okay, let me get my dice.
Ob 4.
2 oratory, -1 for the wounds. I'm going to fork in doctrine because I talked about our purpose within the church. I'm going to fork in persuasion because I'm trying to get them to do something, if that's okay.
Yep.
Trying to convince them. And then I'd like to fork in command since I am been affecting this kind of drill instructor, barking persona kind of thing.
Sure, I think those are appropriate. If you fail, one of the senior knights is going to is
someone who clearly outranks me.
Not even somebody who outranks you, but it's more of a pointing out that you don't have the rank to call them out.
Awesome.
That there are others. You don't give the orders. The commander gives the orders, and you aren't the commander.
Okay. I should have prayed before this. All right. 1, 2. Ah!
Man.
That hurts. That's a good
That's-
screenshot right there.
That's
Oh.
rough. That's rough.
That's rough.
I upped my oratory to a B3. Thank you, wound.
Yeah, way to work that injury, Matt.
I don't think having one more die would have helped me here.
I
That
don't
might
know.
have.
Maybe you should roll it. See if it would have.
Fuck! It would've
Oh,
helped me
I feel
there.
like Nickel.
And would that have re-rolled something? It would have rolled another 6.
Yep. So you ask for volunteers, and
Do people
like there's
look willing?
yeah, like people are like, yeah, this is what we're supposed to do, and then one of the knights, one of the ones that was instructing some of the younger recruits in swords on the in the sparring grounds, comes up and he's like, look, Sir Boyer, I understand your what it is that you're trying to do, but you don't have the authority here to send these green boys to their
Does he shout this over the crowd, or does he walk up and talk to me personally?
Yeah, no, he's yelling this out. Like he steps forward, like he's not being a pansy and sitting in the back. But yeah, like he comes up and he's like, you overstep your authority in asking for this.
And then I kind of look out. I look at him and I look at the crowd, and I say, then all those who are willing to do this, let's go beg the commander's permission. And he says it like his kind of with a little bit of his drill instructor snidiness behind it. Like beg doesn't really mean beg, but. Then let's go beg him permission,
And he says, you beg his permission, my lord. I have my orders. All of us do, and that's to train these boys.
Okay, I start walking towards the commander. Does anybody follow me, or do I look like a schmuck?
Oh, no, you totally look like a schmuck.
Yay! For a failed roll! Okay, I go walk to the commander.
Yeah, so you went... you make the walk of shame to the commander's office. Do you have a relationship with the commander?
No, but every time I've gone to find him, you just let me find him. I haven't done little circles yet.
I know. I'm really nice. We're gonna hang on to that because it's getting late. We'll just end it on your walk of shame.
Alright, that's fine.
That whole play music.
Robert Smith. Sorry. So Nico.
Yeah.
What is it? What's it? What are you doing? You were going off to the to talk to your circus folk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maple kind?
What's that?
The maple kind?
The maple kind?
Maple kind. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the dog thing. Yeah, so what I'm basically going to do is just talk and basically offer people with circles. Those of you that want to get out of the life, that you don't want to be outcasts anymore, you do this for me, you have a place. There will be a place for you. I will make a place for you. But understand that place, it's mine. If you want to trade, basically saying to them, if you want to trade the transient life to have a place to settle down and build a family, those of you that are done circling the tornado and wish to step away, I'm offering you a chance now. But it is not free. And that to me is sounding like oratory.
That is sounding like oratory.
I'm going and giving a speech.
You are going and giving a speech. Yes. Yep, that definitely sounds like oratory.
Let's do this.
So, I think you're looking at. I'm going to say you're looking at an ob 4.
Really?
Not so much because
Am I?
yeah, because you're asking people to give up their lives for you.
For just one chance.
For just
one chance. Look the people in the Braveheart speech referencing.
That's right. If you fail, they're going to like.
Can you have an anti-circle?
No, not exactly.
Burn bridge, so to speak.
Infamous
yeah.
reputations.
What's
Are
that?
perfect. Infamous reputations are perfect for that.
Also, reduced affiliations, which is what I was going to go with. Are you?
Shit!
Are you still one of us?
Oh.
Here you come in your, with your big fancy Boyer house.
No, I'm not saying Boyer.
Well, I know, but you're saying, stop what you're doing and be my people.
Yeah. I have treated you well. Yeah, it's all this, gathering people being like, have I not treated you well? And I'm not pointing at old Silas. And,
are you not entertained?
But it is one of these things where, like, depending on how this goes, I will be trying to talk to old Silas, if possible, just for color. So you're saying my failure consequence is I lose my affiliation with the kind
I'm saying, yeah. If you fail, not only are they not going to, but it's like, oh, you're asking us to turn away from our life. You've clearly already done it, and you're gonna lose a die from that. I don't know what your.
It would go to 0.
Would it go to 0? Yeah.
It would go to 0. Ooh. I really don't want that to happen. I really, really don't. And I think I'm going to spend 2 persona.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about spending a third and spending my will to live. Because I really want this affiliation. He's trying to hang on to his former life. And I'm gonna do that. I've never done it before. I'm gonna burn my will to live.
All right.
To give this giant stirring speech. So that's ob 3, 6 dice.
Ob 4.
Ob 4, 6
Ob 4.
dice.
6
Oh my.
dice.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Yes! Possibility!
I see 3 successes.
And I will happily burn the fate. I will happily burn the fate. Come on, baby! Yes!
Oh, nice.
Yeah! And I ding my oratory.
And you ding your oratory. Awesome.
One hell of a speech.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
One of the folks you recognize as a juggler, like, comes forward and says, I'm with you. I've traveled enough, and across the crowd, you see more people, kind of doing the same thing, handing their gear off to an apprentice or partner, uh, ready to give up the life.
Hey, since we had an extra success, could Silas begrudgingly step forward and be like, "Yeah, I'm with you."
I don't know if Silas would be like, all is forgiven.
Okay.
And that's where I wanted to add a little color, where he gives the speech about I joined your life, I found myself here, and now it's time for me to step away as all our paths lead us different places. Will I end up back in the Tornado? Time will tell. And he'll step down and he'll find Silas, as he's leaving, and say, I personally extend an offer to you. I owe you a debt. And he'll offer an open hand and say, "Will you come with me and make a life beyond the one you come here?"
And sure, Silas goes, come with you to what?
The future, safety, but not without risk. You know as well as I do, Silas, that every truly great performance that brings glory carries with it a particle of risk. That little piece that nags in the back of your head that says, I don't know if I can do this trick, but I'm going to try it anyway.
What are you asking me to do, Nicodemus? Last time you asked me to do something, well, it didn't end well. Is this going to end well?
This should end better, but I can't make any promises. I'm asking you to take a risk for a chance at something stable. For something many of these people have never had, and that's a place to call home that doesn't move whenever there's trouble.
Are you going to buy this home for me, Nicodemus?
He'll just smile. The offer is made, my friend. You know how to find me. And he'll turn and leave, because it's obvious Silas is stalling.
Yeah.
And I'm giving him all the information I'm going to give him.
All right. And I think with that, we'll shut her down.
Yay.
Do some orders. All right. So, beliefs, instincts, traits. Who wants to go first?
Vitali!
Batali.
Vitali.
Let's see. I think that I did not get to any of my beliefs, really.
Let's take a look here.
Because my belief was to use the key to go check out the thing instead of go talk to the dude.
That's true.
So I wrote the wrong one down. But instincts, I always speak my mind.
Yep.
And let's see. Traits. Wait for it. No. I don't know if any of those really work.
Mark of privilege, bastard, base humility, gifted, cynical, pragmatic outlook.
I mean, I don't know if market privilege. Like, I wouldn't, join in with everybody that Nico was speaking to. I was like, no, I'm not getting in with that group because.
No, I would probably say pragmatic outlook. When Vanya was like, "Hey, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours," and you're like, "All right, we can scratch each other's backs."
Okay.
I think.
I would say those are probably my two.
Okay. So definitely a fate for that. Mark of privilege. Maybe it didn't really get you into trouble though.
No.
No. Okay, so fate for that one, and I need to make a note.
I'm so pissed I wrote down the wrong one.
That'll happen.
It does happen.
Because, it was kind of like two things he gave me to do, and I was like, I think for this go-around it's more likely that we're going to grab the key and go check out what's down there.
Yeah, and it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I haven't convinced my brother Nico about taking over the city yet, but that will be coming up soon. I will find. This one wasn't elegantly worded because I just wrote it last minute, but I will find recruits for our cause. I'm pretty sure I found recruits for our cause. With the Miller and all those guys.
Well, they were kind of already recruited. They were trying to recruit you.
But I stopped them from
you did.
rushing in and for doing it on our time schedule, which is kind of what my ultimate goal was.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you a persona for that.
Alright. And then I didn't really do the other two yet. Instincts never turn away from those in need. Well, I was going to rush things, but I'm kind of rushing the timetable because the common folk without us are going to rush in anyway, so I'm rushing our own timetable, which might cause problems later.
I don't think that's acting in your instinct. If you had been acting within your instinct, you would have been like, "You guys are going to attack now. You need my help."
If I had failed the roll, I totally was going to be like, "I'm coming with you then." And then instinct 2, when a spell is cast, call upon the tribe to counter it, and always place myself between allies and danger. It really hit me. Character traits, disciplines, open and honest, overly familiar. I think I acted up my rose-tinted glasses when I was like, I should go talk to the commander, but you know what, if I just talk to these guys, they'll join me, it'll be no problem. I'll just stand up in front of everybody. I'm sure it'll be okay. I don't need to take proper channels. That got me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, sure. I think that's good. Fate for that.
Okie doke. And that's it, I think.
All right. Sam or Haley, which one of you guys wants to go first?
Haley!
Beliefs, magic, and fate alone cannot take down Sokolov, so I must recruit allies to our cause through the church's campaign.
I think probably a persona point for that.
Yep. Find more evidence about Sokolov and used against him, blah, blah, blah. So talk to Father Boyer, which I forgot to change that, so no. No instincts. I think Rabble was somewhat roused, but
yes.
not by me.
I would say rabble rouser.
Okay.
You jumped in on those speeches, talking to the common folk.
Rabbly Rab.
Freaking students. It's like they all take a sociology course and then want to change the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Change the paradigms.
That's
And
right.
then fervent believer. I was talking about how I don't always agree with the church, but I believe in the triad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a fate for that one.
And that's it.
All right. Sam.
Yes, the Lyceum students are a danger to Olengrav. I will gather intel on Alexei and Tatiana for future use.
Fate.
I am now the only hope for House Boyer's survival. I will bolster our defenses by offering shelter to those who will help my cause.
Persona.
Hell yeah. That was really nerve-wracking. Oh my god. Peter is the only family left to me. I must do whatever is necessary to keep him safe. I don't think I pinged on this one, other than going to see him, which did no dice.
Yeah, no.
Instincts never allow servants to be treated with disrespect. I don't think it got me in trouble by feeding the student. It ended up helping me.
No, I think you played it, but it didn't get you in trouble.
And I could have fallen to my instinct and lied to frickin' Silas's face.
But you did not.
You can totally. I should have. God, that would have been perfect. So no, nothing there. Trait-wise, I did stir the rabble.
Yes.
I did stir the rabble. Oh my God, did
Yep.
I?
Fate for the rabble-rousing.
Holy crap, people.
They really are the rabble, too.
They are the rabble. And then my other character traits are paranoid and loner. Oh, and ruggedly handsome, which that does not come up.
Okay. Let's see. Humor, not so much with the funny.
No, pretty dramatic session.
Right skill, right time. Nobody really had used a skill that wasn't in their wheelhouse.
2 more tests and I open Nico wise.
Oh man.
What you need to do is bump up your perception. Then you only need 1 more test. Embodiment for really good or distinctive role playing. Right away, I'm going to say, Matt, you like every time you open your mouth, it was a freaking speech.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speech, you make speech pants. Sam too. Both of you guys were like, you guys had your speech jockeys on. I don't know what was going on.
My favorite of them was actually Nico going into his mom's sewing room and being like, "Time to nut the fuck up, dude."
Yep. So those are worth Persona. Anybody else want to?
The oh fuck moment for me was in Vitali's like, "Oh yeah, there's people gonna attack the Lyceum. I don't know who."
I don't know.
I was just like, "Son of a bitch, you're fucking playing us." Good.
I was worried about that for a second. That is true.
Like, that was the butthole pucker moment of the episode. You're like, "No, he's supposed to be a good guy." No.
He's young.
Yeah. I'll give you a Persona for that. That was
Oh shit.
nothing could possibly go wrong with putting this guy in charge.
Nope.
Yeah, about that.
Spartak says he's good people.
He's not really evil.
In the traditional sense of the word.
Yeah, he's just kind of an asshole.
I like to think of evil as kind of a spectrum.
That's right.
So, oh god, so it's the Kinsey scale of evil.
there's like, stealing gum. And on the other side, there's eating kittens.
Yeah, mass genocide.
He's somewhere between stealing gum and genocide. Yeah. Okay. Mold breaker for going beyond the bounds of character. or playing against belief in a particularly dramatic way. I don't think anybody got Mold Breaker. Nope. Workhorse for doing all the work for the scenario.
Say Nico.
You think Nico with the workhorse?
Nico did a lot. I also think Ganya did a lot. She did a lot of helping.
That is true.
It seemed a lot more even this time.
I bounced around an awful lot more this time than I usually do. Which is probably a good thing.
I would vote for Ganya.
I would also vote for Ganya.
I'll go with that.
Oh, shucks, boy.
That is a Persona MVP for most valuable.
I think somebody got some backup troops, while somebody else unfortunately has to sulk to the commander. Yeah, they may be throwing knives and juggling pins, but they're present.
I also think that the help that we've got the most out of everything, the big one that is really the linchpin for this, though, is what Vitaly is starting with dividing the school so it can be conquered more easily, as it were.
I agree, and he'll
I
also.
would like to give it to Vitaly in this case.
Oh.
I hadn't necessarily looked at it that way, but I'm okay with that.
All right.
He did have the butt puckery moment of the night.
Oh God, yeah.
The stuff that makes me uncomfortable, and I'm like, no, it's good, Sam. Don't fight the conflict. Love it.
Awesome. So that's a Persona for Neil, and that will take care of that. I don't think that there were any moments that would get anybody a steal. Get anybody to log a steal test.
Not anything that would be worth it for us, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I.
News of a relative dying. Nope.
You tell me, Sean. You tell me to raise my perception. All I need is to pass one challenging roll. But passing challenging is always the hard part.
That is true.
Especially since perception isn't open-ended anymore.
Yep. Yeah, that got nerfed. It needed to get nerfed, but it did get nerfed. Cool. Well, that will do it. It sounds like next week you guys get to lead the full frontal assault.
Yes, and thank you for watching. Anyone who watched, I don't know how many people were watching us. But...
I wasn't paying attention. I never do. Mostly it was everybody getting to see my kid.
Yeah. They got the MVP award for this session.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I think that will do it for this evening. And I need to stop clicking away from this window. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.